All right, Acts chapter 22, Acts chapter 22. Verse 1. Men, and fathers, hear ye my defense which I make unto you. 2. And when they heard that ye spake in the Hebrew tongue to them, they kept them all silent, and he saith, 3. I am Billy, a man which am a Jew born in Tarsus, a city in Cana, yet brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, and taught according to the perfect manner of the law of the fathers, and was zealous toward God, as ye all are this day. 4. And I persecuted the law unto death, binding and delivering unto prison both man and woman. 5. As also at the high priest doeth bear me witness, and all the estate of the elders, from whom also I received letters unto the brethren, and went to Damascus to bring them which were there bound unto Jerusalem for to be punished. 6. And it came to pass that as I made my journey and was come nigh to Damascus, about noon suddenly there shone from heaven a great light round about me. And I'm in verse 7, and I unto the ground, and heard a voice saying unto me, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And I answered, Who art thou, Lord? And he said unto me, I am Jesus of Nazareth, whom thou persecutest. 8. And I answered, Who art thou, Lord? I'm in verse 9. And they that were with me saw indeed the light, and were afraid, but they heard not the voice of him that spoke to me. 10. And I said, What shall I do, Lord? And the Lord said unto me, Arise, and go into Damascus, and there shall be told thee of all things which are appointed for thee to do. 11. And when I could not see for the glory of that light, being led by the hand of them that were with me, I came into Damascus. 12. And one Ananias, a devout man according to the law, having a good report of all the Jews which dwelt there. 13. Came unto me and stood, and said unto me, Brother Saul, receive thy sight. In the same hour I looked upon him. 14. And he said, The God of our fathers hath chosen thee, that thou shouldest know his will, and see that just one, and shouldest hear the voice of his mouth. 15. For thou shalt be his witness unto all men of what thou hast seen and heard. 16. And now why tarriest thou? Arise, and be baptized, and wash away thy sins, calling on the name of the Lord. Oh, this is a retelling of what happened in Acts 9. No one in this, from here on out, was baptized in water to receive the Holy Spirit. 17, and it came to pass that when I came again into Jerusalem, even though I prayed in the temple, I was in a trance. 18, and I saw him saying unto me, Make haste, and get thee quickly out of Jerusalem, for they will not receive thy testimonies concerning me. 19, and I said, Lord, they know that I am imprisoned and beat, and every synagogue them that believed on thee. 20, and when the blood of thy murder Stephen was shed, I also was standing by and consulting unto his death, and kept the raiment of them that slew them. And he said unto me, Depart, for I will send thee for since unto the Gentiles. 22, and they gave him audience unto this word, and then lifted up their voices and said, Away with such a fellow from the earth, for it is not fit that he should live. And they gave him as they cried out and cast off their coats and threw dust in the air. 24, the chief captain commanded him to be brought into the castle and prayed that he should be examined by scourging, that he might know wherefore they cried so against him. 25, and as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the Sidonian that stood by, It is lawful for you to score a man that is a Roman and uncondemned. 26, when the Sidonian heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, Take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman. 27, then the chief captain came and said unto me, Tell me, art thou a Roman? He said, Yea. 28, and the chief captain answered, With a great sum obtained I this freedom. And Paul said, but I was free born. 29, and then straightway they departed from him, which should have examined him, and the chief captain also was afraid, after he knew that he was a Roman, and because he had bound him. 30, on the morrow, because he wouldn't have known the Sidonian, the certainty, wherefore he was accused of the Jews, he loosed him from his bands, and commanded the chief priest and all the council to appear, and brought Paul down and set him before them. 23, chapter 23, Lord willing, next time. Well, we still have time. Stop this and transition to Acts chapter 23, verse by verse.